One goddess we haven't talked about very much but actually has a lot of mythology surrounding her is the goddess Demeter. Demeter, the goddess of agriculture, plants, the harvest, sometimes also childbirth. Basically anything that grows out of the ground, she's in charge of it. She does kind of fade into the background a little bit, but there are also kind of like a lot of awful things that happen to her. Now, we all know the story about Persephone being abducted and taken down into the underworld so that she could marry Hades, and how Demeter was overcome with grief, so much so that she forgot to take care of the land. We all know that story. The story did end up being very important in ancient Greek religion. There were rituals called the Eleusinian Mysteries. They're called mysteries because we don't really know what the cult did, other than some kind of a reenactment of Persephone going down into the underworld, Demeter looking for her. It's like telling that story and then like celebrating the harvest season. We don't know too much. Basically, don't piss her off or you'll have no crops. But you see, one of the gods did really do something very horrible to Demeter. Poseidon, because he's terrible, decided that he wanted a piece of her, even though, siblings, but, she did have a daughter, Persephone, with Zeus, so, ugh. Anyway, Poseidon was pursuing her, and she was like, I don't want you, I don't want any of this, so she transformed herself into a horse to get away from him. But Poseidon is kind of the god of horses, so he also transformed himself into a horse and then impregnated her. Ew. That unholy and disgusting union produced 2 offspring. One, a girl whose name is not allowed to be, uttered in ritual. And also a horse. One of their children was a horse. Really gross, but that's mythology, baby. Anyway, Demeter was so angry at Poseidon that she decided to dress in all black and go and, retreat into a cave somewhere. But of course, no Demeter means no harvest, no crops, nothing grows, huge famine. And Poseidon, that's on you. Then, I guess after a little while, Demeter decided to wash off all of her anger, literally wash herself in a river. And that made her feel better, I guess. And crops started to grow again. What is with these male gods knocking up their sisters and then marrying off their offspring to their uncles?